When the pressure's on, there's just no one cooler in world snooker than Steve Davis. An 89 break, and he's still in this Thai Open final. It's James Wattenaar 8, Steve Davis 7, so Wattenaar still 1 tantalising frame away from victory. Here's frame 16.
Wattenaar Puaborn is his Thai name. James Wattenaar, his English name. His nickname here in Thailand, Tong Si Choi. Tonight, what he wants to be called is the winner. Pure and simple.
The 16th frame. Steve Davis to break.
There's another man here, though, that also wants to claim the title of the Thailand Open champion, Steve Davis. He needs the remaining 2 frames to pull off a quite remarkable comeback. That's the silverware on offer.
Once again, the great safety that James has been playing all week is starting to elude him a little bit. Easy to understand. Just got to find that little extra reserve. Steve wasn't very close to that one. Played this as a shot to nothing. Didn't want to screw back for the blue because he would have been leaving a red. Yeah, the safety shot from James is made a little bit more difficult. Dairy wrist playing thin off the red he's nearest to, and the white in the jaws where his elbow is. He would then cover the red on the pocket. Surely he's not thinking of clipping it in and smashing it into the pack. If he actually played the screw back off that red he's nearest to, he could probably screw back for the blue off the red, but can't believe he's thinking of it.
There's John Spencer on the left, former world champion, 3 times in fact, 69, 70 and 77. He's here in his capacity as chairman of the game's governing body, the World Professional Billiards and Snooker Association. And the man on the right, that's Sintupul Sirivong, the chairman of the Thai Snooker Association, a gentleman who's done a tremendous amount of work to help promote the game in this country. Won't be long before they're serving breakfast here at the Imperial Queen's Park Hotel, but everyone in the crowd absolutely engrossed in a gripping final.
We've got plenty of Europeans in the crowd this evening, but I think they're a little bit outnumbered.
The interesting point here this week, Willie, is that the crowd, in fact, has been very cosmopolitan. I've spoken to quite a few Americans who've come in and watched the snooker, and they think it's the best thing since sliced bread. Maybe the States is the next growth area. Let's hope so.
Oh, Steve's having a sneaky look at this little 3-ball plant here. The 2 reds that the white is virtually nearest to. Maybe a plant onto that third red. Well, he's going for it.
One.
Well, he could build up a sizable lead from this.
Oh, from a one shot ago,
Seven.
it looked like we could have been asked for a re-rack. Both players just playing negative shots into the pack. James just made that one little careless error there and left that slight possible chance that Steve Davis was quickly seized upon. This is the big shot, though. No problem with black. Where does the next red come from?
$15.
And that's a lot better shot than it looked. Left it absolutely perfect to be able to get back onto the black into the same pocket. It was the only
16.
place on the table he could finish to play that shot. And that was one of the best positional shots of this match so far.
$23. $24.
One of the interesting things for lovers of the ranking list, Willie, is that if Davis does win this match, he'll go 600 points above Hendry. And that means that Hendry will have to win
31.
2 more matches to go above him.
$32. $37. $38.
Hendry's the only player this season to win 2 tournaments, but Davis could be on the verge of joining him. Really has been a tremendous effort, and maybe it's just slipping away for James Watanabe.
$45.
Well, Steve Davis has done some miraculous comebacks in his time. If he wins this match, I think this will be a better victory
$46.
than his other escapes he's had over the years, because he's been playing against a man in form and has completely knocked him out of his stride.
Yes, in the past, when it comes to comebacks, Steve
53.
Davis has more often than not been the victim rather than the perpetrator. And just when it looked as though he was on his way to 8-8,
Steve Davis.
he misses a very simple red. 53 the break, and that's the lead.
That's right, Phil. He was concentrating so hard on the half-ball kiss off the pack to get back onto the black. He just took his eyes off the pot. Wow. Could he get the right angle on the blue to smash these reds open? He's been playing this shot all week. The blue onto the pink to split them up. Now, if they split,
One.
he's 50-odd behind. But that could soon disappear. Just needs a good cannon. Well, James, you're 50 behind, but this may be your best chance. These reds are
6.
absolutely perfect.
Willie, I've got that feeling. I think he's going to do it.
7.
Well, the concentration, both crowd and player. If this was in practice, there'd be no problem. But this is the
14.
final of a major ranking event. And every one of these shots is a pressure shot.
15.
Yes, it's all about holding himself together now.
The shot that James played from blue into pack to split the reds was there to become his trademark this tournament. We must have seen him play that shot 20 or 30 times during the week, but none of them have become as important as that last one. That last split of the reds could have won him this title.
$22.
Wow, that wasn't the best positional shot in the world. He's going to lose the cue ball a little bit here.
"20 million people just
23.
gave a sigh of relief. Referee John Street just admonishing a couple of overzealous members of the crowd, asking them to be quiet. They've taken his advice.
Well, it's easy to understand how excited they are. It's hard enough trying to commentate on the match being a neutral. What it must be like
25.
while they're even praying.
$26.
Well, my allegiance is with football, and my friend Gary Lineker, I've seen some
33.
crowds go berserk when goals are scored. I think we'll see the crowd be
34.
more like a football match if James was to clear the table. The atmosphere has been electric in here this evening.
$40.
Well, red and black
41.
shouldn't be a problem. If he pots the last red, I think he'll win. But look where the last red is. We've seen so many of these missed over the years, especially when it's virtually frame ball. Has he finished too straight?
I think he's just got an angle.
48.
Virtually perfect position. This is looking good.
Well, black to yellow can surely be the only shot that's going to cost James this title. He's been the best player all week. He perhaps deserves it. He really has played superb snooker all week, and to come back after the battering he's got this evening is truly remarkable.
The butterflies must be floating about in his stomach.
58.
A penny for his thoughts. Running on pure adrenaline.
Well, green, brown and blue should be enough. 2 balls away from the biggest title
61.
and the biggest goal possibly of his life outside the World Championship.
$12 in front now, just this blue needed. And Davis will need a snooker.
65.
What a roar. Ty Bishop beat Stephen Hendry here in the first round, but nothing compares with this.
70.
James Watanabe is the Thailand Open champion. and a whole nation rejoices. Never has a player deserved a victory more. You've got to feel a little bit sorry for Steve Davis. He made a great fight back. But throughout the week, James Wattener has been the pick of the bunch here in Bangkok.
You're watching Sky Sports.
James Wattener, the new Thailand Open champion. He's beaten Steve Davis by 9 frames to 7, and his mum among the delighted crowd in Bangkok. The prize, £32,500, plus a £1,600 cheque for the highest break of 142. More important to Wattener, though, the acclaim of his hometown fans. A couple of consolations for Steve Davis. A runners-up cheque of £18,000, and he's also reclaimed the world #1 spot. But Wattener winning in Bangkok. Afterwards, Willie Thorne spoke to both men. First of all, to the champion.
This is my second chance, you know, to win in front of my home crowd, which I did. You know, it's just I'm quite pleased with myself and for my people as well. At least I could show them something, because every time I was in England and televised back to Thailand, I just kept losing, and by, you know, a long way as well. So, well, at least I could do something for them, which I did now. So there's no excuse no more next time.
First of all, commiserations, Steve, but you were involved in a great match.
Yes, I was very pleased with my stick at it, so to speak. I was certainly pleased to have hung on in there, and disappointed in the end, but day after day snooker changes, and it was one of those days when possibly I wasn't meant to win. James played superbly well and did the damage early on, which meant that by the time it came to the end of the match, he had the leeway and the breathing space, and even though I was coming back, I was always behind. And when James had to clear up, he did, so it was a great performance by him.
The misread, of course, in the 16th frame, when you were on a 50 or so break, you must have been thinking it was going to go 8-each and down to the wire.
Well, I was flying. I was absolutely flying, and I had to... I could have just rolled the red in and potted the black. I would have been 55 in front, 64, 58 in front, something like that. But it was not enough to win the frame. So I was trying to play the shot hard and shift a few reds out, or try just to disturb the pack. And concentrated more on trying to disturb the pack than potting the ball. Total shock, I've missed the pot. Thought it was a foregone conclusion. You never stop learning at snooker, and cost me the chance of going 8-all. Didn't cost me the match, cost me the chance of going 8-all. And I'll never know what would have happened if it would have gone 8-all. So.
Great final and some great snooker. Now we have some great snooker coming up for you on Sky Sports as well. Coming from Plymouth, it is, of course, the British Open. If you saw our coverage of the International at Bournemouth, you'll know just what to expect. The 31st of March through to the 7th of April. Don't miss a frame. It's live and exclusive. Do hope you enjoyed our coverage of the Thailand Open this week. It's been quite a week. The best in the world came to Bangkok in search of the title, but from the first round and Thai pitches...